Hello. So, it is Wednesday, November 23rd of 2022. Now, this update video is actually going to be pretty cool. You know why? First things first, we got a lot of stuff to announce. And that's the good part. First things first, before we jump into any of that, since I already had the internet open up to begin with, let's just get this started with the channel. Since I already had the internet open up to begin with, why not just get this done now? So, let's see what the total sub count was the last week. Alright, last time we had 645 subscribers. And now we have 644. Okay. Let's get started. So we have Zolozov 2 for the Future Party Mission 4 plus 5 years since 2017 corruption. Because it is indeed that day, by the way. Yep, it be that day 5 years later. Dang, that's nuts. Like seriously, holy frick, how's it been 5 years? It should not already be 5 years already. Well, what do you know? On this day in exactly a year, it will be Thanksgiving for 2023 on the 6-year anniversary of the corruption. Not to mention, we'll be hitting exactly 300 episodes of ZL2 in exactly a year. Yep. Yep. That's something I thought I would not announce exactly a year prior. But I thought I'd just mention. Now that we're talking about ZL2. Alright, I look back at my Clipping from Generations videos. We have the second part for doing the Clipping and Regenerated videos on November 25th. Look out for that. That will be right after the Christmas decorations vlog part 1. Anyway, so let's have 2 for the Future Party Mission 3. Operation Blackout on Legos Island, that being for Phase 3 of the event, and Mission 5. Look out for the finale for Mission 6 on Thanksgiving itself, November 24th, where the sun comes back, and then the day after, we have to start digging out that dang island, as we have to start digging out all that godforsaken snow. Of course, it's probably going to take until frickin' January to get all that snow out of there, so we're going to have a ton left over during the Christmas event. Speaking of which, I will announce how Legos Island Christmas 2022 will be like in the next update video on November 30th, as it doesn't start for like another 8 days as of recording this video. And plus also, the day before it begins, there is an update video, so it would make more sense to explain there. But that doesn't stop me from explaining what the heck is going to happen after Operation Blackout ends. Yep, that's what this update video is for. Not only that, we have stuff related to the backyard and chilling on CBPS and Zolozov 2. We have literally updates for everything. I'm not even joking. We're about to go into the Christmas season. Or more known as like the holiday season. Yeah, right after Thanksgiving, it makes more sense to kind of declare it there. Anyway, LEGO Master 627's creations for creating the Zolozov free 100 episode cake while talking CBPS content. And yes, Chilling on CBPS will be back on Thanksgiving itself, where we finally, godforsaken, join not only this game, assuming I can finally get it to frickin' load, which I think I finally found out why. I think I still have yet to actually, you guys probably remember in that Creations World episode, I showed you potentially the reason why it's not loading. I think I still have yet to actually, properly set it up on this PC. That probably could explain why it hasn't been loading for 7 months. I only got it to load once, and that's when I first downloaded it. It never has loaded since. I'm not even joking. And that could potentially explain why I have not joined all the way up until now. That's about to change, though, on Thanksgiving itself. You really think we're only just joining that game, though? Frick no. Oh, God, no. I got a few others. Well, you know the other one. That being Clipping and Legacy, which, I know, I still have to get to. We'll get to that hopefully on Thanksgiving as well, I hope. Anyway, 100th episode of Zolos Lab 3 with Rose Crystal, Operation Blackout Mission 4 on Legos Island, Sunday Vlog 260. We are 40 Sunday Vlogs away until 300. That's not going to be hit until like August 2023. If not like literally the last Sunday of August 2023. Future Party Mission 2 for Zolos Lab 2. Operation Blackout Phase 2 plus Mission 3 for Legos Island. Back reveals for finishing the Winter Party construction. By the way, Winter Party is officially starting on Thanksgiving this year. For the first time in 4 years since the 2018 one. So please be on the lookout for that. And yes, this goes alongside the fair event. I've actually been secretly setting it up for a few days now. Not much of it though. I didn't really get that deep. But I've been starting to set it up. The problem is, it keeps raining. That's the one problem. It keeps raining. So that could also explain why there hasn't been a back reveal since this. I'm not even joking. Not making that up. That's literally serious. It's been like raining almost every day. So that could explain. Back reveals for It's Getting Cold idea for the fair starting winter construction. Legos Island for Jungle Temple 4th anniversary. Zolos Lab 2 for the Future Party Mission 1. And then Future Party construction for Zolos Lab 2. And then the update video from almost exactly a week ago. Actually, we can close the internet. Let me just close that. Actually, I already have this on here. Oh yeah, that tablet is just gonna get a little bit bigger soon. Once I join Clipping and Legacy finally, assuming I can finally get in as well, that tablet is gonna get a little bit bigger. Yeah. So, Joining on PS will finally be back on Thanksgiving, hopefully, after not having one for like 20 days, which I apologize. With that being said, trust me, I haven't forgotten about chilling on Sleepy PS. Trust me. If you guys thought I have, you're wrong. I've remembered it this whole time. Just a lot of stuff going on. With that being said, let's jump into it. So, first things first, let's talk about probably the most obvious. For Thanksgiving itself, we have a Thanksgiving mini event on Legos Island and Zolos Lab 2, just for like literally one day. Because I'll literally take it down the day after. Both of them on the 25th. So that's something. Apart from that, we'll finally have the Winter Party / fair in the backyard. That's going to be something. And yes, I will give out some Thanksgiving items as well to celebrate in the meantime. With that being said, that'll be really, really cool. So we'll have like 3 events going on at the exact same time for like one day. Oh, and also, the event has been extended to end on December 3rd, which is the same day this year's Night of Lights finally occurs. Yes, finally! Night of Lights is occurring in like 10 days? Yeah, finally! We're getting Night of Lights this year after like over a year. After not having it for almost the entire year, it's finally happening on December 3rd. So look out for that. It'll start the exact same day the Winter Party will now end, alongside the fair, which is December 3rd, for the backyard as well. So that's a little update. And that's really cool. Now, let's talk about November 25th, for Legos Island to be exact. This is where things actually get really fun and interesting for yours truly, and you guys, for those who watch the Legos Island series. Let's just say, prepare for a little something called decorating rooms early for Christmas. Again. Yeah, remember from December 3rd to the 16th of 2020, every day during the Advent Calendar series, a room a room on the island would get decorated for the Christmas event early prior to December 17th. However, this time around, since Operation Blackout ends on November 25th and the Christmas event begins December 1st, I had another genius idea in mind. Why not decorate 2 rooms per day leading up to December 1st? This will give me a lot easier of a time to do the actual Christmas event on December 1st. It's actually going to be extremely big. You'll know what I mean in the next update video on November 30th. As holy frick, dude, I think we're in for probably the biggest Legos Island Christmas of all time. But again, I will announce that in the next update video, as there's no reason to explain it here, seeing as, well, we're just about to end Operation Blackout. Now, as for how the actual island's going to look after Operation Blackout, basically the way it looks right now, minus, of course, the tent at the campsite with all the items, minus the dog freezing chamber, of course, also minusing, of course, the mission board, and, of course, the HQ no longer being on fire. Basically, everything else, aside from what I just mentioned, will still be there, just at daytime. That's literally it. Oh, and also, of course, the machine that caused the blackout will obviously be destroyed in the final mission. The problem is, I have a very bad feeling I'm going to accidentally blow up some of the tallest mountain. So I got to be extra careful, because I don't want to blow up any of that. The sun will finally make its comeback on Legos Island, after being gone for literally 9 days at the time. So, with that being said, we are in for something crazy. So yeah, now November 25th there is going to be an episode alongside November 26th. November 25th is for the Aftermath. November 26th is for the HQ 3rd anniversary. Yes, I apologize last year for not holding an anniversary for the HQ, because there was no episode that day. And not to mention, the HQ was being taken over by the Cool K-33 dog at the time. Not to mention, it was blown up at the time. But this time, the operation event for the month will already be over by the time it occurs. So now we can actually celebrate this time. And I'll give you a little more detail of what the heck I'm even talking about. Let me just find it real quick. Okay, I have found it. So yeah, so basically, I'll explain it again. Starting after Operation Blackout ends on November 25th, for 6 days leading up to December 1st, 2 rooms on the island will be decorated early due to the actual event already being a massive project to make when it fully releases. Of course, I will leave which rooms are being decorated a obvious surprise, like the original in 2020. Again, the reason I'm doing this is because the event is going to be freaking gigantic. And I need to get a ton of rooms done early so I can focus on the outside rooms on the actual day of December 1st. If I don't already decide to start working on it one day early because of how stupidly massive it is. Problem, we have late night countdowns on November 30th. So I might not want to actually do that. Maybe just a few inside rooms. Outside of that, that will be November 25th. Now, as for Zoloslav 3, on November 27th, after the 100th episode party concludes, we have, well, a snowstorm. Well, ZL3 is not the only one getting a snowstorm. The Creations World is too, on November 28th of 2022. To prepare for the upcoming Christmas event, 1 week later, the Creations World will get snowed on as well. But unlike ZL3, it will actually be fully snowed on the day it actually happens. Unlike ZL3, where it'll take place 1 week later. Where it'll be fully snowed on. with that being said, that is something to look forward to. Since I have already announced the look back video, what else do I need to say? Apart from the fact that, yes, it was the 5-year anniversary of the 2017 Zolozap 2 corruption, and that is still absolutely insane. With that being said, do I have to tell you anything else? Genuinely, I don't think so. Aside from the fact it's like 8:34 at night. But yeah. Let's just say, yeah. This is gonna get a bit bigger right here. Yep. This little tab list right here is gonna get a little bit bigger because we're joining another server that requires a client download. Oh. Yeah. I'll tell you exactly what that means in the Chilling on CBPS episode on Thanksgiving itself. It makes more sense to explain it there. With that being said, that is the end of this update video. Now that I've explained all of this stuff, we should be in for something cool. Oh, actually, one last thing. As I addressed at the beginning of the ZL2 Future Party, I am hoping to get the Future World transferred onto Roscoe's current PC alongside the Prehistoric World, so that by the time the Future Party concludes, we would have the world and we would be able to travel there after all missions are complete. I still hope that that's a thing. Anyway, seriously, thank you though for watching this update video. I'll be back on Wednesday, November 30th to announce even more crazy stuff, because holy frick, we're in for something. The biggest announcement being, what the heck will Legos Island Christmas be? Because that one, oh boy, you don't understand how stupidly insane and incredible it's going to be. So we'll come back in a week to announce that. Without further ado, I'll see you all in the next update video. And I'll see you tomorrow for more videos such as Chilling on CBPS Thanksgiving Edition, plus the fact we're going to be joining potentially 3 CBPSs in one episode. Oh god, I better hope I'm ready for this. With that being said, I'll see you all then. We also have backed videos for the Winter Party / Fair, plus a few Thanksgiving items. Zolozap 2 for the Thanksgiving mini event. And lastly, Operation Blackout Finale for Legos Island. Holy frick, I hope a lot of those I can get done really early. At least the Legos Island episode, so I don't have to deal with that later. Also, I genuinely have zero clue where to do the Thanksgiving mini event for Legos Island. We already did the theme park in 2018, the water park in 2019, the Pet Cemetery Mountain in 2020, and the other side of the island in 2021. Where else could we possibly do it? You guys can comment that down below. As I normally ask you guys for that every year, why can't I finally do that by my frickin' self?